My name is Ed Tablazon, and originally from the Philippines. Moved here initially from New Jersey in 2006, but then went back to New Jersey 2016, came back here 5 years later, 2021, and been praying for the Lord's leading. And last year we started what we now call a network of disciple-making house churches in the Triad. And we started with one group meeting on Saturdays, moving in 6 different homes now within Triad. And then 3 months ago in March, we started a Friday group as well that moves or meets in 3 homes. So basically our dream is that we would see a network of house churches in the Triad, and for now mainly we're reaching to Filipinos like us, but the Lord is opening up other opportunities as well. We're hoping to have our first Sunday gathering Sunday after Father's Day, this June 23rd, and probably the next one would be August, and then do a once a month Sunday meeting. But the main life of the church would be the small expressions of the church or ministry happening in the homes. So that's what we're doing now. In our Saturday group, we have around 20, sometimes it's more than 20 adults, and the Friday group, right now we have 13 adults coming and 5 children. And from there, we're hoping that we can multiply this into more house churches in the Triad area.
So what are some of your locations?
Yeah, well, the Saturday group, we're kind of spread out. So we have a family in Oak Ridge and Summerfield. So that's one area where we're hoping to see one group. And then like in Pleasant Garden and Colfax. And then I live in Winston-Salem, and we have another family as well in Pufftown. The Friday group, it's families in King, Advance, and Wahlberg. So,
okay.
So it's, that's pretty much the geography we're working on right now.
So what kind of population is the Philippines in this area?
We don't have an exact number, but I would say it's over 10,000 within the Triad. Like last Saturday, we had a Filipino festival because the Independence Day of the Philippines happens to be in June the 12th. So that's the Saturday best time that we can do it. And we did it at Oak Ridge Park, and we have over 1,000 that registered. We had over 20 food vendors, Filipino food vendors. And what we did as our ministry, we basically participated by setting up a tent with tables and chairs for people who are looking for a place where they can eat the food that they buy, and simply engage them in conversation. And we had a good opportunity and good one last Saturday.
Yeah. So what is your heart about reaching your people?
Most of the Filipinos that come here, they come in the work in the medical field. So a lot of them work in hospitals, mainly nurses, some other medical fields as well. But there are others that don't work in the medical field. But most of them come here for work. And for example, like a nurse would work, let's say 4 nights, that's the full time. And so they had the opportunity to do 2 full-time jobs. So really the American dream is more of the vision that they come. So it makes us difficult, but at the same time, it gives us opportunity to help them realize that true meaning and purpose in life is found not in obtaining the American dream, but in a relationship with Christ. So many of them, after a while, would come to know Christ as their Lord and Savior.
So have you had any baptisms?
We had our first baptisms, three baptisms, dad and daughter and another husband of those that is part of our group. And we're hoping probably not this June, but in August to do another baptism.
So you're seeing God reach people, and God's adding to your family. Awesome. Yeah.
Yes.
Awesome. Yeah. So is he still? You still there? Got any questions you would ask Steve? How can so?
This is just curiosity. I want to know when you said you had food vendors at your event. What's the cuisine? What is the food of the Philippines?
Yeah. Food in the Philippines is it's like fusion. We've been under Spain, so a lot of kind of Hispanic influence, but also Chinese influence food. But we have some. I would say a few favorites would be adobo, spring roll, the Filipino version, and pancit. It's the noodles. Yeah, those are the three things that will always be there. And oftentimes the roasted pig. It's a whole
pig.
I am jealous because that's like the best of both worlds, right there. That's that you get the best of both.
Yeah.
Two different cultures there. The biggest challenges, though. What have been the biggest challenges for your churches, your house churches here in Greensboro in the Triad?
I think the biggest challenge, well, for me personally, it's the shift, because I've been in ministry for probably about 30 years now, and planted churches as well before, couple churches before, but I've been in full-time ministry, fully supported, but the shift to house church, part of it is also a shift to more of a COVO or bivocational ministry. So I didn't have experience in the market world, but realizing, I think that's the trend moving forward, but at the same time, being there gets you connected with more people on a regular basis, I think is beneficial. In fact, in our group, we have a few businessmen, and like our part of our strategies, we use three words: connect, discover, and then serve. Connect is our main goal, is to connect people to Christ and to a community, and then help them discover who they are, their kind of unique purpose, why they're here, what they are made for, and then at the same time discover what God is doing around them, because I believe that who they are with what God is doing is connected, and then serve through that skill that God has given them, or that gift in their community. And so what we're hoping is, and what we're praying for, although it's a big dream, but we say, let's aim for 100 house churches in the next 10 years that will be sort of a, what's the word? Sort of a, what do you call that? Not a lighthouse, but an embassy. A mini embassy where you live for your community and the people around you. So that's
good.
And here's a question completely off of that, though. What about the Philippine election? What do you think about? Wasn't it a Marcos that just went back in? Became the new president.
Yeah. Where I think Filipinos are quick to forget, I think it's nature, that we were under Marcos dictatorship for many years as well, and then we elected the son as the president now. But what I've learned about that is that they really did the work of using social media
Yeah.
in really kind of changing the story of the past. And so most of the younger voters don't know the story. They don't know the past.
Well,
I think
my
that's
question, did he learn anything from his parents? Is he maybe is he a different person than his parents were? I'm hoping. I'm hoping.
Yeah, that's kind of what I'm thinking as well, that learning from the mistakes of his dad, he would like to kind of save and restore the name of the family, so he would stay away from the same mistakes that his dad.
And of course, I'd want to know, does he own more than 10 pairs of shoes?
Yeah, and so far he's been good. So, yeah.
So how can our churches help you?
I think the churches can help us first by praying, and then, the shift from like traditional into the house church and Covo is kind of challenging for us as well. So my wife and I are still trying to discover what that would look like, but also partnerships, and like for right now we're looking for a place where we could do our initial Sunday gathering, and we're actually looking somewhere, hopefully, where it's going to be middle between the farthest in Greensboro and the farthest in the Winston-Salem area. So we're looking somewhere, either the 201 exit and 203 exits of 40 or towards Kernersville. And so the place, through that partnership and financial partnership as well, financial support. And we need volunteers as well for, like, I'm working with some of those that I met during the International Pastors Gathering. So our praise and worship will be coming from another
Some of them.
church,
Oh,
from
wow.
a Nepali guy that I met there, who is a musician. So he's kind of forming his group as well, and
Okay.
helps us with the
Good.
gathering. So I don't have to kind of worry about that for now.
Okay. So what timing are you hoping to gather on Sunday?
I'm hoping to be able to make that decision this weekend. If we will meet in a church, so most likely it's going to be in the afternoon. There's one place I'm looking at as well in Kernersville. It's not a church building. It's more of, I think, a child care building, and that place could probably host us on Sunday morning, but we're still waiting for a word from them.
Okay.
So
Okay. Good. Good. All righty. Good. Any prayer requests we can pray for?
prayer request. Okay, part of the strategy that we're doing now, we're hoping that the Saturday group, which rotates in 6 homes, and these 6 homes, we pair by 2, and like Summerfield and Oak Ridge are only 3 minutes away from each other, and then the Colfax and Pleasant Garden, and the Winston and the Pathtown. So we're hoping that hopefully by the end of third quarter, this would become 3 groups instead of 1. So
Okay.
part of our strategies, we identified our Oikos identified 5 people. We made a list of that for each one. 5 people are close to you but far from God, and so we pray for them. And when it's their scheduled to host, they also facilitate, and it's their goal to invite those that they're praying for.
Okay,
So that's what
good.
we're doing.
Good. All righty. Great. Any final question? You've done great.
No,
Done great.
That's wonderful.
Yeah.
Okay, all right.
Good, good, good. All righty. We'll get it together and send it to you, and then we'll send it out, all right?
Okay.
Bless you. Thank you for